Here we go. I'm
Okay.
ready now, I guess.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. I guess I can't.
Music?
I thought I had some on, but maybe not.
Do I hear? No, I do not hear any music.
No? How about now?
Got it.
Alright. Oh. Are you ready? Did you hit go live?
No, I didn't hit live yet, but I'm ready.
Okay, I'm ready when you're ready.
Okay, go. Okay, got it.
Hello.
Hello.
What a time to be alive.
It's new comic book day.
It is New Comic Book Day. I realize if you're watching this on Facebook, it's slightly askew, but you'll have to just deal with that if you are watching us on Facebook.
Deal with it.
Just deal with it. It's fine. So, welcome to Wednesday.
January 29th, right? You just said 29th.
29th.
Okay.
I am Champ Champenstein,
I'm Heather.
and we're here to bring you... You gotta get closer to the mic. Oh, you're good. You're good.
My voice is also going out today.
We're here to bring you some comic book talk.
So here we go. I have Hawkeye Freefall. This is issue number 2. I hate how much I actually really enjoy this. It's so much fun. This issue in particular, there were a lot of really funny cameos. But it's basically Hawkeye trying to take down a bad guy by himself. Someone is like showing up in his Ronin outfit, like destroying people and shit, and he's also trying to figure out who's doing that. There's this really incredible scene that I have to show you where Luke Cage is just like chilling by, getting all shot up and stuff while Hawkeye's hiding behind the car, and he's like, can you just like get down? This is really emasculating to me. and then afterwards he's like leaving and he's like, yeah, let me go collect my arrows. And he's going around picking up all the arrows that he had shot. And I just thought that was really funny because it's very realistic.
Yeah. That's good.
But the reason I wanted to read this to begin with was because of the art. I had flipped through the first issue and I thought it was really cool, and it's still cool. So it's still cool.
All right, so then the first book I'm going to talk about I don't have, but I read. It's Olympia. It's issue number 3. This book is just basically about a comic book character coming into real life.
He's being brought back.
Anyway, he's in the real world now. And all of his fake world problems have entered the real world, and him and this young boy, Elon, are trying to figure out how to defeat his bad guy, but they're trying to find the next issue, which they can't find the next issue because it became canceled. So now they're out looking for the creator of the comic book. And so this issue focuses all on the creator of the book and how he got to where he's at, how the book got canceled, and just all of these things.
Damn, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, no, the book is really awesome. I really wish I had hopped on it to begin with, but it's really, really awesome. It's also written by Tony Pierce, and I don't have it, and Kurt Pierce, I believe, are their names, and I don't remember the artist, but so the Tony and Kurt it's father and son, and they wrote it when his father went into the hospital to try to do like more like fun, like kind of comic things, and then he passed away, and then this book has come out now.
Oh.
So it's like there's a lot of depth to the book itself, and it's just very, very like meta within itself as well. So really good. Really, really enjoy it. And then on a whole different note, I also have The Weatherman. This is issue number 6 of volume 2. And then they're going to have the next one's volume 3, so it's fine. And if you've been following me talk about Weatherman, it's a book about this man whose mind has been wiped, and he caused a crazy disaster which killed many, many people, and he was a weatherman. They found him. They're trying to reinsert his mind into his new body, or his current body, and they didn't find like what they thought they needed to do that, like the tape that his mind was on or whatever. And in this issue, you find out that Nathan, the main character, he actually stole the Ian Black tape so that he could, like, save the world, even though that meant the end of him. And that's what you think.
Oh, no.
There's just a lot of stuff. The end of this issue was fucking wild. I love this book because it's so just, like, I don't know, it just ramps me up every time. It very much is like an action movie in itself, and I just...
I love
action movies. So it really fucking gets me.
That's incredible.
And that's all I have to say about The Weatherman.
Okay.
No, I guess I'll do... Heather didn't read Invisible Kingdom.
Again, I'm sorry.
But it's fine. This is issue number 9. It just kind of builds more upon the relationship between Grix and the Brilliant girl.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, that's why I just went with that. That was the one person I forgot to look up a name. But, so, no spoilers.
And now I'm going to be thinking about that. I'll get it eventually. Maybe.
Okay, you go.
Me go? Okay. This is the first issue of the Rise of Kylo Ren. It's just the second printing. It's just his origin. That's it. It's this issue in particular deals with the explosion of Skywalker's temple.
Okay.
And, what happens and stuff there, Sorry.
No, I'm looking at Megatron in the corner underneath your arm in the chair behind
Oh
you.
my god.
Don't let him on your lap, though.
Okay.
But
I didn't even see him.
It's just really funny. His little head just, like, poked up.
That's good.
I have Something is Killing the Children. This is issue number 5.
He's his own star.
He's also talking about comics.
I'll get out of the way so you guys can see him. He's our co-host.
In this issue, Erica, who is the monster hunter who comes to this town, is trying to fight off a giant fucking monster. Just huge. Just huge.
It looks pretty big.
And the brother of a girl who was killed is attacking her, and James, the young boy who had witnessed his friends being killed in the first issue, is also, like, in the woods trying to help her in a sense, and a lot of stuff happens in this issue. You get a lot more answers to, like, Erica and, like, where she's from, and kind of that there's this weird underground monster slaying.
She's still from the same world as them, right?
Seemingly.
Okay.
But who knows?
I've never read it. It seems like something where she would, like, come from a different dimension and be like, fuck, how did these monsters get here?
No, it seems like it's one of those things, at least, like, she knows how the monsters are there.
Okay.
But who the fuck knows? There's a lot going on in this book, but really good, like, creepy vibes. Love it. I love this book a lot. It's really, like, it's a good time, I guess.
It's something.
It's something. I like to read it. I always enjoy seeing what happens next, and I always am kind of just, like, it's close to the top of my pile to read most of the time.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we both have The Last God, issue number 4, chapter 4, sorry. It's chapter 4 of book 1. Sorry, I didn't even know where to start on this because it jumps back and forth. So I guess that's how every issue has been. Like, there's like a 30-year period. They follow, like, how the group met and, like, what they were doing.
Yeah, and the parallels most of the time. Like,
yeah.
Throughout the issues that you're paralleling, like, the past with the present and what they're doing and how those things intertwine and relate.
And this issue, they kind of deal with, like, where they had been going originally. I can't remember what the place is called.
The Black Stair?
The Black Stair. To find a weapon. But you find out a lot about, I'm sorry, I'm awful with names, especially in a book like this. Eyvinder. You find out about his people and how they, came to not exist, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's something. I mean, I still really enjoy this. I like the back and forth, and I like the whole how they go into the lore without it, like,
yeah,
really being overwhelming, because I feel like in books like this, when they try to do that, it just, like, is kind of boring.
Yeah, I think that's why it's nice with the balance between the past and the present and being able to kind of intertwine those things is just because of the idea of, like, they are building so much of a world, and you're going to need to know that to get to where you're going, but not to just, like, pile it all on, you know, issue after issue, but rather give you, like, a little bit of a break and a little bit more of, like, an introspective to the character's past and present.
That's one thing that also that I like is, like, seeing the difference between, like, the main group who came in and then the group 30 years later, because they're pretty much the same except for the queen, who is just, like, a dick now.
Yeah.
she was super cool when they first met up. Like, she's like, oh, I got this power that you guys didn't know about. I didn't know about it either. And now she's like, I'm the queen. I can do whatever I want. It's not the case.
Yeah.
If you don't have a kingdom.
Yeah, she's kind of put in her place in this issue.
I still really enjoy this.
Yeah, no, it's really good. It is, if you are going to read it, you should definitely be a fan of fantasy. It does have, like, a little bit of a horror vibe to it, I suppose, as well. But it is also extremely dense. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of words and there's a lot of things going on. So just prepare yourself. And the art is also incredible. So you want to stare at it. It kind of has, like, the full package.
And they even include bits and pieces of an actual story at the end. So if you really want to keep... Oh, I keep forgetting there's a map.
Yeah, there's always a map.
Oh, God, I love maps. Yeah, they include a bit of reading at the end. If you're interested in that, I am.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'm scratching my head, sorry. Oh, it's your turn. Yeah, sorry, okay. My bad.
I have Black Stars Above. This is issue number 3. Is it? Okay. It looked like a 5 for a minute when I, like, pulled away. I was like, no. What? Did I miss 2 issues?
The light.
So in this, our main character, Eulalie, is that how I decided?
Yep.
Eulalie. She is going north to deliver a package, which is a weird alien thing that she wasn't supposed to open. She gets lost in the woods and is taken in by another random dude that's, like, out in the woods, and she is talking about how she was always told not to do that because if you find a cabin in the woods and it's inhabited, it most likely is haunted.
That seems legit.
Right. She goes in anyway because it's, like, the middle of a storm, and she's like, well, I can just, like, hang out for a little bit. The guy there is a freak. I don't think he's a ghost or anything. He's just a freak. Like, gets naked and runs out in the snow and is like, you'll never escape. And she just, like, walks out. So it was weird. Anyway, she ends up finding this journal that was, like, hidden in the snow. Somehow she finds it. And if she reads it, and they give you the option to read the entire journal too, in case you're interested. And this, it's like 6 pages, maybe 8. I lost track. But the guy in the journal was writing about the same experiences that she has been having, you know, finding, like, the dead animals with, like, black leaking from their eyes, the black star that she sees at night. And he writes, his writing gets, like, increasingly paranoid and, like, crazy.
Yeah.
Which makes sense when you're lost in the woods and shit. But it's still very interesting. If I had not had to read that whole, like, journal, I'm sure I would have liked it a lot more. But there's quite a bit of words in this to begin with, so reading that much after this, I was tired. But it's still really good. Like, I really enjoy it. It also has, like, a weird body horror aspect to it, just because of all the weird monsters that the Black Star's, like, creating. Yeah.
Cool. Now I have Outcast. This is issue number 44. In the last few issues, I believe this is a 48.
That's what I thought you said.
I was trying to do math, which didn't work for me very well.
It's hard.
That's why. Anywho, 47, 48, one of those numbers. The Great Merge has happened. I have read 43 issues worth of comic, 42 technically, because I guess it probably happened within the last issue, but all of the bad guys, the darkness, have all infected the town and basically are trying to spread everywhere. And the outcasts are the people who have the, like, ability to send them or, like, destroy them, basically are beat, so to speak. But if any of this expands anywhere, they could die. Like, everything could die, and the world could be just plunged into darkness. This light, the last light, infects his wife, Allison, and I don't know, man. It's just, why did it take so long? I probably wouldn't have minded that much if it hadn't taken just so fucking long.
Right.
And then when they're just like, the great merge has happened, I was like, oh, okay.
Does it happen in, like, one panel where it's
it happened, like, in the last issue-ish. I don't know. I probably should have paid more attention. I was just kind of reading the book and not, like,
connecting the dots.
Yeah. Like, all right,
I get that.
I'm doing it. It's fine. I really did like the beginning of this comic quite a bit. It just seemed to just drag out, like, so much.
Could it have been in part to, like, him doing, like, tons of other things?
Yeah,
and, like...
yeah, no, there's plenty of answers. But at some point, like, you gotta be, like, either just shelf it for a little bit or just stop it. Like, just let it end.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. We can continue on. Are you ready?
Yeah, sorry, he's, like, breathing in my general direction. Okay, we have... Oh, God, Mega. We have Farmhand number 13. Stuff has been getting pretty crazy in this.
Yeah.
Like, this issue in particular, it was, like, a lot of action. And
just, like, you find out a lot more, I think, about the mayor and her, like, how actually bad all of this stuff is.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to, like, fuck with brains and the seed and trying to, I guess, essentially create a brain with the Jebediah, the Jed seed.
The Jed seed, yeah. And kind of for... I get it, but it was kind of for selfish reasons,
yeah.
You know. She wanted to heal herself. But you get introduced to a guy named Wally who worked with the mayor and Jed, 20 years? 30 years?
30 years, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. He went into hiding because he knows stuff and is scared.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, and so Zeke and his sister Andrea
are doing it.
They track him down and are going to question him, and then stuff gets out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
That's perfect.
It's, I really enjoy this. I know when this book first started, the art was not for me, but it has grown on me, and there are honestly, like, some scenes that are probably my favorite in any comics, like the pants one. Like, the way that he draws certain characters doing things is really good.
Yeah. No, the book has just, like, overall been, like, it's really paced itself fairly perfectly, where you're just, feel like you're fully in it every time.
Oh, yeah. It's never been an issue to read it for me.
Yeah.
Like, I can read it at any point, and no matter what my mood, and, like, by the end be like, okay, that's good. I like that.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Give me a moa.
It's good.
Okay.
We like Farmhand.
It's good.
I have this little one-shot called Seeres, Emblem of the Dead. I don't know if you heard me talking about the last Seeres, but this one is just as wild. It's about a girl named Emblem who is of the dead.
All right.
Her mom and dad are, like, trapped in some netherworld, and so she is being attacked by this weird demon thing. Demon's sister comes in and is like, you can't do that to just anyone. Kills Emblem. Sends her to the netherworld and is like, for your parents, this is the only time you have to do it. She comes back, and the woman is like, just kidding. You gave your soul to save your parents, so now you're stuck in the netherworld.
Oh, shit.
I don't even know, like, what.
It's a Trixie.
Yeah, it was so crazy, because you're like, oh, she's giving her a chance to save her parents, and then she's like, no, I needed your soul to beat my brother, and you willingly gave it up, so you're stuck.
That's fucked up.
I did like this one a lot more than the other one. The one that was, I think it was just called Seeres. I can't remember if it had like a different title.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But yeah, this one was really interesting. There's a lot of, I know I curse a lot, but there was a lot of unnecessary cursing in this. I just didn't feel the need for it.
All right, Grandma.
It's my only complaint. Well, they had the bad guy saying fuck after every word, and I was like, I get it. Like,
well, he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy, and he's wearing black. Like, I get it.
Fucker.
You can say frig if you want to. It's not a big deal.
Oh, fudge.
Oh, fudge.
Get in my candy cane house. I don't know why he has a candy cane house.
Because he's evil. And
he's
a witch.
And he's eating fudge all the time. All right. And on with the show. I have Conan the Barbarian issue.
That is a huge dick.
What? That's not a dick.
No, I know.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's on the next comic. Don't worry about it. So this is Conan the Barbarian. No dicks. This is issue number 12. This is Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Asrar. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's one name I do know.
And it's their last issue, but they're basically doing what they did with Thor, and they're doing like a King Conan.
Hope that doesn't make you cry.
I don't think it will, but I really did love this series, and this just really ended in it like the last issue. He basically told Crom to like go fuck himself and like let him like live again so he could defeat like this giant monster or other god. And so he comes back to life and does that with the help of his son.
Cute.
Yeah.
That's nice. What a family.
That's it. That's that issue. That's that issue.
Do you want to go or should I go?
I mean, we're both going to talk about that one.
Oh yeah, you don't have it. Okay, I was like, I'm confused. Okay, we both read Thor issue number 2 of the new Donny Cates jam. I don't know why.
Jam? That's the first time you said jam.
That is the very first time in my life I have said that word. So yeah, Thor is the herald of Galactus, trying to save Asgard and the rest of the world from the rest of like universe and shit from the Black
Winter.
Black Winter. Thank you. I can get the names right in this one, but just anything else I keep getting wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really liked this issue because it gave a little bit more of, like, answers to stuff, and I think it tried to, like, build on, like, what Donny Cates is going to do with Thor. And, I mean, even though he's the herald for Galactus, he is trying to, like, still help people.
Yeah, he's still the All-Father.
So, you know, in the end, like, when Galactus is trying to, like, destroy a world and eat all of the people, like, Thor has to find a way where he can, like, get everybody gone.
Tiny little compromise.
Yeah, tiny little compromises, even though Galactus is like, fuck you, I'm going to destroy the planet anyway.
He's like, I am Galactus.
The art in this book, Nick Lyon's art is so good.
Yeah. I honestly like that better than the story itself. But yeah, and always like Matt Wilson and his fucking colors.
Yeah, no, it's a really good looking book.
Mm-hmm. I don't have much to say about it.
No, that's fine.
I'm still kind of on the fence on how I feel completely. I like parts of it. I'm disappointed in others.
It's fair.
You know, I feel like that's what happens when another writer takes over like someone that I really enjoy.
Yeah, and especially since you've been like with Jason Aaron's Thor for so long.
Like 7 years. What the?
He just jumped off the chair.
I thought he stepped down, and I was like, he is not that heavy.
No.
But yeah, I've been with Thor a long time, and Jason Aaron a long time, and Donny Cates is not Jason Aaron, which is fine, but he's not Jason Aaron.
Yeah, I mean...
And I'm still trying to get used to that.
Yeah. Once again, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Me? Okay. I have... George R.R. Martin's A Clash of Kings. This is part 2. This is literally just the book in comic form, like word for word, essentially.
Which part of the book?
It's after I'm trying to think. It's when Tyrion comes back to King's Landing, like after she's been like before she's been Sansa's been betrothed to him.
Okay.
And it's the part in the show when he like Joffrey rips her or whatever, like her dress gets all ripped up, and he's like, "Here's my cape," and puts it over her to cover her boobies.
Yes.
But yeah, that's that.
I read most of that book, I believe. Is that the second?
Yeah, it's the second one.
Then I read the entirety of that book.
it's the second half of the second book.
Yes, okay.
Yes. The only reason I like added this was just because I miss Game of Thrones, and since it's the earlier Game of Thrones, and they're doing it from the book, like, I'm just gonna read it.
It's fine.
I just want to see Jaime Lannister.
All right, everybody. There's a dick on this next book. That's what Heather was gasping about.
It shocked me because I hadn't seen it yet.
It's really big. It's kind of like it's got a lot of like line.
It looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger's
like
forearm.
Anyway, this is Sex Criminals issue number 26.
Like the veins and shit?
Yeah, no, it's a ridiculous looking dick. I don't.
That's why I like exclaimed it when I saw it, because it took me a minute. I was like, oh my god, that's a dick.
I honestly have to go back and read issue number 25 because I do not remember what happens.
It's been a few years.
It's been at least a year and a half.
Yeah,
if not longer. I do remember like a little bit of the last story arc where John and Susie got back together. They had been on like a break in their relationship. I do remember this. But this is kind of, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff happening in this issue. I don't really know how to describe Sex Criminals anymore because it kind of starts out as these people who find out they can stop time when they're having or when they orgasm, decide to rob a bank to save a library. But by this point, it's just definitely not that. Though I'm excited to see what happens and how it ends. If you like weird, kooky, kind of funny shit, do it. If you are into, some sort of sex stuff. If you're into sex stuff.
I mean, let's be real.
There's some really great sex tips in the back. And I think my favorite one is sometimes just saying I love you during sex is a turn on, first date or not. And I think you should take that advice.
Just run with it.
Run with it. The one thing I did really enjoy at the back of this was just like Matt Fraction's author's note and just basically him talking about why there was such a long hiatus on it. And I don't know how he felt about the book and everything. And I don't know. I'm just interested to see how he wraps it up.
Is this the last story arc?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure. Oh, God,
I believe there are 5 or 6 issues. It got confusing with a lot of, like, sex joke number puns.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. I was very confused about it. Do you want me to...
Yeah, go ahead,
okay.
my dog.
Thank you. I have Avengers number 30. I have not read this one yet, but this is the part 4 of the Star Brand Reborn. They're still in space. I haven't looked through this one yet because I don't want to like ruin anything for myself like I did with the last issue, but it looks like Blade's back. So
Blade's back.
And Thor. We're getting there.
All right. So then we have. Oh God, sorry.
We both have this. This is Xmen issue number 6. 5.
A fave.
5.
I don't know if this was a confusing issue as much as it's just like there's a lot happening in it.
I was kind of confused. Like, I think for the most part I understood what was happening, but I also have to go back and like kind of flip through issue number 4 or maybe 3 because I remember the girl in there, but I can't remember what issue she had been in.
I feel like it must have been 3 when the island.
Yes, that would make sense.
Islands are meeting.
Yes. Okay, so I'll go back and like flip through that because I don't know if it's like important or if I like absolutely need to know what else happened in that issue, but just for the sake of me and my confusion, I think I'm going to anyway. But there's pretty much, without giving away too much, there's a vault where time works differently. They send in a group of Xmen to infiltrate, pretty much figure out what's going on inside the vault and get back to them. But they won't know how much time has passed.
Yeah, they basically won't know anything.
Yes.
Anything about anything that's going on in the vault, they just know that they're in there.
Yes, because Cerebro cannot get past their defenses.
So shit is wild.
Yes. I enjoyed it though.
Yeah,
I
no,
really enjoyed
liked it.
I loved the conversations or like the little banter between like Wolverine and Laura. I thought that was really cute.
Yeah, it was cute. It was really good, especially when she was like, "I'm Wolverine." He's like, "Tell him, kiddo."
Yeah.
And just like, yeah, you tell him. All right. So then I did also read 2 more X books. I read X-Force issue number 6, which kind of just develops like what X-Force is, and kind of this issue particularly kind of focuses on Beast and his role within X-Force, and his voice kind of flows throughout the whole entire issue. He does this really cool thing where because I love jazz, and he does this really cool thing where he just like kind of does this like talk about how, or this monologue about how like X-Force is like jazz, and like talks about all this stupid stuff. So if you're a stupid nerd like me, you might enjoy that too.
I'm not stupid. Don't talk about my friend like that.
But I don't know. Still my favorite X book so far.
Okay.
Really, really like it. And then otherwise, I have New Mutants. This is issue number 6. Excuse me, I got a cough. This picks up where issue 4 left off, and in issue 4, these bad guys had come to Beak's and Angel's house, taken everybody hostage, and were threatening to like kill everybody if they didn't give them some way to get the mutant drugs. So shit goes haywire, and this issue just wraps all of that up.
Okay. Is that the end of a story arc?
Seemingly, yeah.
Okay. Feels
like it. You kind of just learn a little bit more about like these certain mutants and kind of how they feel, and also just, I don't know. I also really like this book a lot. I like the like flip-flop between the story and writers, so it's kind of like I'm getting 2 books in like one.